What's going on, YouTube? We are here with week one of our XFL previews. The season is finally here. Rosters are finally trimmed down to 51 men, 52, 53, I think 51. Um, Looking forward to getting into this. Finally decided to watch some real football now that the NFL is over. Yeah, Going these predictions a little bit early. Like I've said before, can't make this a full-time job just yet, unless any particular large corporations want to pay me to do this, or small corporations, or just wealthy individuals. So in the meantime, I'm going to be recording this early. So this is coming out, I think, on Thursday or Friday, but this is being recorded Wednesday. So all the betting lines and all the information I have is coming from today. Um, so yeah, we're just gonna get into it. We're gonna do some sports betting stuff to help people make the best bets they can for the weekend. Just want to pull this up and we will get right into it. Okay, so the odds we're getting, these are the odds for this February 15th. It's about 150, as you can see in the corner. So these are the odds I'm looking at. So just look at the schedule quickly. We got Saturday, we got Vipers at Renegades, Guardians at Roughnecks, Battlehawks at Brahmas, and Seattle Sea Dragons at DC Defenders for the primetime game on Sunday night at 8. Pretty good slate of games. I'll talk more about my favorite game for the week. Not necessarily my favorite game to bet, but the game I think that's the best. We'll get right into it. So let's go to the Vegas Vipers versus Arlington Renegades. So let's pull up the Vegas Vipers roster first. So I believe Luis Perez, I think he was announced as a starter. I haven't even heard actually. Um, Let me see. Let me see if there's anything on Twitter just yet. I thought I was looking for that, but that's something I didn't know. That Hard Knocks guy, the old guy who was all about doing push-ups and jumping jacks, apparently still a line coach for the Vegas Vipers. That's a fun fact. I don't know why their page isn't coming up. Can't find that. That's great. Okay. Well, either way, Luis Perez, Brent Hundley is the starting quarterback. Martavis Bryant. Sorry for that delay. Vegas Vipers coach Rod Woodson, Arlington Renegades, Bob Stoops. Let's look at Arlington's roster real quick. Kyle Sloter, that's right, starting quarterback. Keith Ford, pretty solid running back in the SEC. Pretty solid talent all around. The line for DraftKings is Arlington minus 2.5. So this is how I'll be structuring this. So you got the game. Oops. We got the game. We get the line. Who I think is going to win the game, what I would bet, and if it's a best bet. So a little spoilers. But so Vegas Vipers, Arlington at 2.5. I'm taking Arlington to cover the spread and win the game. I think home field advantage week one. I think they've got a better coach. I think they have better quarterback play. I know Brett Hundley has some of the name recognition. At least Perez isn't bad, but I think Kyle Sloter has proven he's better at least than one of those guys. I'm not even sure who's starting, but I think Kyle Sloter's proven it more recently. I've seen it, so I'm going to have to lean on his side. And again, just being at home, Bob Stoops being a more experienced coach, I think that's a pretty easy over. So I'm going to pick Arlington to cover. Week two or week game two, excuse me. Orlando Guardians versus Houston Roughnecks. So just a reminder, Orlando Guardians. They listed Paxton Lynch as their starter. It said or DeAndre Francois or Quentin Dormady. Everything we've heard and everything I've seen reported online is that Paxton Lynch is going to be the starter. I don't know why, but good for them, I guess. Terrell Buckley. I believe he's a first-time head coach against Wade Phillips. This game, let me make sure I have this correct. In Houston, yeah, this is my best bet. I'll get to it later, but I think the Roughnecks don't have the best quarterback play, but I think they have a better coach and they're at home. I think they have pretty solid defensive talent, top to bottom. A good defensive coach too. I think week one, that's going to matter. I will take them at the Guardians versus the Roughnecks, and that would be my best bet for the week. Sunday, the St. Louis Battlehawks at San Antonio Brahmas. So San Antonio got Jack Cohn. They announced Jack Cohn as their QB1. Kalen Ballage, who you might remember from the NFL. No other huge names on the roster. Brad Wing, the punter, is a pretty famous name, which is funny. So we got Hines Ward as a coach and Anthony Becht. I believe Anthony Becht has not done a lot of coaching. Hines Ward's a more experienced coach, but no head coaching experience for Hines Ward either. Let me just make sure I have that correct before I lose my mind. Yeah, so some wide receiver coach, some offensive assistant coach, but no head coaching experience either. Anthony Becht, I think, was a tight ends coach in like the spring league or maybe something like that. Yep, I was exactly right. That is crazy how I remember that. Yeah, so I think a pretty clear coach. I think coaching is pretty neutral. I think being at home is helpful. I'm still picking San Antonio. I'm sorry, I'm picking St. Louis. AJ McCarron, Marcel Adaman, Steve Mitchell, Austin Prohl, good tight ends, good defense top to bottom, Freedom, Akim Aladu. I think it would be my best bet if it was in St. Louis. I think that crowd is awesome. But I'm picking St. Louis to win, and I think they're going to cover with a 2.5 point line. I think that's a pretty safe bet. It might be my second best bet if I was doing these, but not my best bet. But I think I'd be pretty confident betting that. Also, only gamble if it's legal and do it responsibly. There's my disclaimer. And finally, for the nightcap, the best game of the week, not my best bet, but Seattle Dragons at DC Defenders. So DC Defenders, for those who don't remember, Reggie Barlow, HBCU coach with a lot of experience. Seattle Dragons, Jim Haslett, NFL coach with a lot of experience. So coaching, I don't know if I can't say they're the same. I think it's two pretty good coaches. You already know they got Jordan Ta'amu and Ben DiNucci, my top two picks for MVP, and Josh Gordon, name people might remember a lot pretty well. This is a tough one. I think home field advantage would matter a lot. I think people are going to be surprised, people who know me. I'm picking against my Seattle Dragons just for 1 week. But I don't feel good about it. I think the line is set at 1.5. So betting, I think I'd stay away from that. That's basically saying it's a pick 'em, which is how I feel about it. I agree. I'd give the edge to DC since it's a home game for them. But again, that'd be a really fun game. Ben DiNucci and Jordan Ta'amu, two of the better quarterbacks, I think, in the league. But I think it being at home for DC is going to make a big difference. Let me make sure. Yep, I want to make sure that's correct. So yeah, so here are my Mets. So I said I'd pick Arlington to cover. I'd bet Arlington, Houston, St. Louis, and DC. My best bet being Orlando Guardians at Houston Roughnecks. I think that's a pretty clear bet. My second best, I'd probably pick this game. Vegas Arlington's kind of a toss-up. I think that'll be interesting. I think that'll be close, but not a particularly good game. Whereas I think the Seattle Sea Dragons and DC Defenders, I think that'll be a close, really good game with high-level quarterback play. Let me guys know if you like this spreadsheet. I'm happy to drop it in, not to let people edit, but just to look at. I'll leave this up on the screen for a little bit just in case people want to bet. Again, if DraftKings wants to sponsor me for that free publicity I just gave them, please do it. That'll do it for this week. Looking forward to getting to the games. Looking forward to seeing how these quarterbacks and some of these new first-time head coaches play. Looking forward to see how the fans come out. And yeah, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of my predictions down below. I'm sure I'll be wrong about lots of these, but yeah, thanks for watching.